What's shaking, people? It's your boy Doomkiller HD. Sit back and relax. You are now rocking with the best. Let's go! It's the weekly wrap up where we give you the news. Break it down bite size so it's easier to consume. Discussing the hottest game and start of what's coming soon. Is it real or is rumor? Homie, that's up to you. Fire or trash reaction. Live viewers call in. No cap conversation. We going all in. It's the weekly wrap up, so enjoy the show. You're now rocking with the best. Let the good times roll. Come on. Ooh-wee. What's shaking, people? It's your boy Doomkiller HD, and I had to go get a shot for this show because it's about to be crazy. How y'all doing today? Hopefully y'all doing well. I am doing well. We've got a crazy show on our hands for the night. It's gonna be more conversation than a report on the news type of deal. So let's get it popping like that. Things we're going to be talking about. We're going to talk about StarField and all the controversy, good news, bad news about it. We're going to be talking about the SAG strike, a little bit of OnePiece live action, which we talked the whole show about that. If y'all missed that, y'all need to go check that out. But after this wrap up. And we're going to talk about Destiny 2, plus all of the other stuff that happened this week. Like I said, it's going to be more of a conversation than a news report. You know what I mean? So let's get it popping. First off, let me bring on my co-host, the man, Mr. Destiny Dad, young J. Coon Prime. How you doing, good sir? Hopefully you're doing good.
I swear I wasn't sleeping.
Well, you haven't slept since Friday, and today is Sunday. So, I mean, yeah. I mean, how you doing tonight, sir?
Well, I'm good. Like you said, I am very, very tired, but we are here.
We are here, bro. We are here. Oh, and we got somebody who is going to probably make y'all laugh because that's what they do to me all the time with their Nicki Minaj antics, with their craziness, scary horrorness. That's my people, Mr. Huda Wong or Mrs. Huda Wong, aka Huda Wiggins, aka Huda Natalie None Don't Get Chin Check, aka Nicki Minaj, aka the Queen of the Dragons. Man, y'all know how many AKAs this person got. What's good with it, Huda?
You are too much for my life.
Hey, my friend, man.
I'm screaming because do you know that they modded Texas Chainsaw? So now Nicki Minaj is in Texas Chainsaw.
I saw and liked your tweet. You are nuts. Y'all are
it's
nuts.
So much. I'm like, Lord Jesus, now I need to get a PC.
And last but not least, good for the mind runs the comic flex, the Hoarders comic flex over there on the DSG channel. We're going to get more content going over there as well. We're going to do some things with DSG Gaming channel. But for right now, who's been holding it down? The man himself, the myth, the legend, Mr. Hoarder Gamer. How you doing tonight, good sir?
Hello, everybody.
Hello. So we've got Tiny Too Tired up there, Mr. J. Coon Prime. Haven't slept in a week. We've got Horror Scorer down there, Mr. Huda Wong, and we've got the comic guru, Mr. Hoarder Gamer. So we about to have us some fun tonight. What's good with it, Chad? How y'all doing? Eastwood, Trent, Captain T is in the building, Nightbot messing with you already. It's about to go down. Y'all already know. If Nightbot already started, it's about to go down.
Hi, Cap. Hi, Eastwood.
Okay. Let's just have some conversations tonight. We're not gonna report anything. Let's just talk. Let's talk about StarField, y'all. I have not played StarField, but a lot of people have, and it's gotten some great ratings. What do you just talk to me about StarField, Mr. J. Coon Prime? What's your thoughts on StarField, bro?
StarField, unfortunately, is one of those games that, like, I looked at it and just couldn't care less. I tried Skyrim, couldn't get into it. Tried Fallout, couldn't get into it. When it comes to Bethesda, I know they have this massive following. Man, if Doom isn't the first word I see, I don't care. But it's on Game Pass, so I'm sure if I get a lull or something like that, I may give it a shot.
That sounds good to me. That
Yeah.
sounds good. Hoarder Gamer, now, I know you do run PC, you run PlayStation 5, you run Xbox Series.
Actually, just Series X and PS5, not PC.
Not PC. I thought you were a PC gamer
I
as
stream
well.
on PC. I'm not a PC gamer though.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's new to
Gag.
me. Damn it. I'm gagging right now.
Okay.
Okay. Starfield, good sir.
Yes.
Talk to me about Starfield. Whatever
I
you feel like saying.
absolutely love it. I'm about 10 to 12 hours in. It is a very different vibe than Mass Effect. 10 or 12 hours in, I have still not seen different species. So everything has still been human that I've seen on different planets and different locations. So I don't know if there's going to be something that isn't. At one point, you see a statue of an alien, but it could be something that's staged. You don't know. It's really kind of wild, but I like it very much. I just started mining iron on Sidonia, which is on Mars, and I accidentally stole something, and depending on what you steal, an entire new story arc happens to the game, and it will blow your mind as to how that works. But yeah, just something to keep in mind. If you steal something, it won't go the way you're expecting.
Now I gotta watch my action figures around you.
By the way, Doctor
Hoarder
Who.
said I accidentally stole something, yo.
Okay, how you accidentally steal something? You just picked it up and was like, "Oh, I forgot."
I was
I
at a
put this in my
bar and I thought it
bag."
was like something I could touch. I accidentally hit the button one time. It picked it up and took it. So once that happened, I was like basically arrested, but then crazy stuff beyond being arrested happens. And I
So
don't
you
want to
know
get
how
into
Donald
that because
Trump
that
feels
will spoil
now.
some things.
At least justice happened after you stole.
He knows
I
how Donald
mean,
Trump feels. Let me
Well-
see your mugshot, bro. Let me see your
Screaming.
mugshot.
I would
Throw it on
question
the
if it's
t-shirt.
justice. It's not normal. What I will tell you this, it's not just
You
it's
just
not
said-
being in a
not
jail
either.
cell.
Porter said, "If this is justice, then I don't know. I
Yo,
don't know."
Hoarder, you can't just be putting your hand in people's cookie jars and not expecting stuff to happen. He said it's
How
not,
you stealing stuff
bro.
in the middle of space? Don't know
Do you want me?
where
Okay,
at,
do you want me to
child,
ruin it and
just
say what
taking
happened
stuff.
so I
No,
can
I
tell
don't
you?
want to know what happens.
Okay,
No,
okay.
no.
Okay.
'Cause I might run into that same bar. There's a black man, there's a black Spacian. You know what
Now they gonna shoot you.
I want to
No.
be sure not to touch nobody's cookies, bro. You know what
I
mean?
understand. It literally was an accident. It literally was. Oh, and then there's another thing too. In the game, when you see an
Christopher
item.
Columbus said it was an accident that he stole America too.
Oh my
So,
God! Comparing me to Christopher Columbus now. Come on. Come on.
Since you exploring and things, you know what I'm saying?
Okay, so sometimes you'll see an item, and insanely enough, even if it's not yours, you can just pick it up and take it. That's fine. Certain items will say steal, and I didn't see that. So I accidentally hit the button, and I took it. And it was like
so it
something
told
really
you
small.
you was about to steal, so you look away and hit the button, right? That's what happened.
No, different
You
item.
looked away because
Different item. There's an icon they use. When you play the game, you'll see. But no, the game is great. And
You think
it's
you are nickel slick, but I got your penny change.
Who the one? Talk to me about Starfield because Hoarder is over here stealing, and we don't want.
Okay, stealing everybody's stuff. I don't know who it belongs to.
I
Maybe
mean,
somebody's
Fallout is all about
grandma.
stealing. Come on.
He just like, whoop,
He's not wrong.
that Jacob's like, no, he's not.
I mean, they getting that privilege going, right?
I mean, listen, give it to me. I watched two people play it. One person that I've watched play it actually has found aliens.
Oh.
And then another person that I watched play it has been playing for like 24 hours, and they haven't found any aliens yet.
Oh, interesting.
I got them to jump in the water on the water planet, or whatever planet that is, and there was like stuff in the water.
Ooh.
And they got scared and got out. It was funny. It was really funny. It looks
Neat.
cute. I don't know. It's if I had a PC that could play that type of game, I definitely would.
With just a few hours, you can actually make Nicki Minaj in that game, you know. That has a really good character creator.
I
That's-
seen that. I
Yeah.
was like, that's really
I'm gonna eat a
dope.
chip on that note.
And then you can go to like all these planets. It was just really nice. The flying in space kind of reminded me of Star Wars Outlaws a little bit. I was like,
Yes.
ooh,
Okay.
you'll be able to fly
So,
in space like that in that game, hopefully.
so if you had an Xbox and had Game Pass, that would definitely be something you would rock with.
Yeah.
Okay. I saw the homie. Shout out to the dude, Johnny Rocker. He been streaming the hell out of StarField. He got it early from Bethesda, I think it is, and he is enjoying the hell out of himself. Me personally, I don't know if that's my type of game, but it is coming to Game Pass. So I have a Xbox. I think it's the little digital one, and I think I'm gonna try it because why not? It's a free game. You know what I'm saying? And it's got. Let's talk about those reviews. I mean, the lowest review it got was from IGN and GameSpot, which gave it a 7. Everybody else gave it 8s, 8, 9, 8.5s, 9s, and even I saw some 10s out of 10. So as far as reviews go, what do you think about the blanket love and aspiration for the game, J. Coon Prime?
I mean, I think it's great when a passion project that has literally been in development for years gets the recognition that it deserves. Yeah, there's really not much to say outside of that. Like, good on them. I'm glad it didn't come out the absolute mess that Fallout 4 did, or even worse, Fallout 76.
Let's see, that still was a popular game though, wasn't it? Fallout 76.
Yeah, but it took a couple
of
years for them to fix it.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Like when Todd Howard himself pulls up his slacks and puts on his brown leather jacket and comes out to E3 the next year and just goes, "My bad. You obviously did something wrong." And
okay,
that's pretty much what happened.
I guess I don't play Fallout, so I wouldn't know. Holy Gaming, blanket love for the game. It looked like a Zelda release or something like that, bro. And you say you personally are enjoying it. Would you see? I have a different question for you. So would you? With the blanket love is getting say yeah it's worth that blanket love, or would you rank it below a 7?
For me,
Yeah, you personally.
okay. Yes, it's above a 7. So I can tell you right now why a lot of people gave it 7s or lower. It's not a seamless experience. People were expecting it to be like No Man's Sky. You get into your ship, you pilot the ship, you're like in the ship, and then like you're actually lifting off, you're controlling all of that, you're seeing yourself leaving the atmosphere. It's not that. It's got fast travel. It's got a cinema that kicks in when you get on into the ship and fly away. People were not thrilled by that. They were disappointed. I think I have no problem with it. It's not as immersive as people were expecting, but I don't have an issue with it.
Well, I got a question for you. You played the game, you know what you're talking about when it comes to this game. None of us three have. You said something just now that kind of not trigger, but made my little brain think. And I'm wanting to know. So, if you're piloting the ship and you mess up on your piloting, will you crash and die?
No. There's unless it's like scripted in the story, I don't see how you could, because the way it works is you get in the ship, it's a cinema, then you're in space. Then if you're shooting enemies or stuff, you could die, but it's not like a big serious thing. You just go to the last save.
Okay.
And then when you land, it's a cinema and your ship is on the ground.
So you're not really doing the whole lift up piloting yourself, then?
No.
That's what I thought you said. I thought you said you're doing it yourself. Okay, that's what had triggered my brain a little bit.
Yeah,
I think Boxley on the same page as me. He's like,
no, I'm laughing at you.
It doesn't have the same level of immersion, and I know that upset
okay.
people.
All right. Oh, so you're saying in the other games you do the whole lift off thing by yourself?
Yeah, because everyone decided to compare it all to No Man's Sky. That was one of the first things that happened.
I think I just misheard you. Is what it was.
Yeah, why everything always got to be? Well, let me shut up because I literally just said
no. It's actually your turn to talk. So go ahead and talk.
Well, I have to ask you a question first before we even get into this.
Oh my
What
God.
happened to that Black Widow poster that was sitting behind you? Where it
Okay.
go?
I had a Black Widow poster here.
Turn
and
the
I
camera
had-
off. Turn it off. Turn it off.
and I
just
had
put the
a
Black Widow
Miles
poster there.
Morales poster here, right? What happened was I raged on our favorite game, which was Fortnite at the time. Yeah, I don't play that anymore. And I raised on Fortnite, right? And I hit one of these numbers. And when I did that, it ripped Black Widow like straight down the middle. And what happened to Miles was he got caught up in the crossfire and his top got a little, he was hanging like this.
Well,
You know what I'm
Miles don't
saying?
belong in this universe anyway, so that don't matter. How you gonna do Widow like that? I'm mad. I'm mad.
I think she'll get over it.
I'm screaming.
I mean, ain't Widow dead anyway? like, come on, man.
Is the least of her
They
problems.
gonna clone
Come
her. They gonna
Yeah.
clone her like they did in the comics. I want to hear it.
Nah, Widow gone. Widow said,
What was the question?
let me go.
What was the question?
The question is 8 out of 10s across the board. Tell me about that. How do you feel about that? Is that like enticing you to want to, get involved in it if you have the opportunity to or whatnot? Or is it just like, oh, that's cool? Or, I'm gonna adjust my wig and move on.
Hey, I love you. I swear. I love Miles. Love the Black Spider-Man. But I'm gonna be honest, I don't base my opinion on video games. I don't look at reviews. I don't do that because sometimes the person I feel like reviews are subjective, especially toward the person who's reviewing the game. Because if they like something and they're like, oh, this is cool, this is la 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 la, and I get the game because they said so, and then I don't like it, now what?
Now you have someone to blame.
I don't do that. I don't do that because they didn't tell me to get it. They didn't tell me to buy the game.
My dude J. Cool is on petty mode right now.
I understand what he's saying. I understand what he's saying. I'm a normal human being though, J. Cool, so I don't do things like that. I am normal and healthy. But I just feel like Jason was saying, people these days have this sense of entitlement. So once they find something that they don't agree with, now it's a problem. Now I don't want to play this game anymore. It sucks. Yeah, blah, blah, blah.
Speaking of which, can we touch on that? Like, did anybody else see that video on Twitter of the dude that just lost his shit because they have pronouns in the game?
Oh, Dr. Disrespect? I didn't watch the video.
Did he go off too? Really?
That's who that is.
Yeah, that's the one I saw was Dr. Disrespect.
Guy. No, not
me.
Don't
go somewhere. Is he still cheating on his wife?
That was dark even for me. Apologize.
No.
Apologize.
Wow. Yeah,
I'm not apologizing for public information.
Wow. Anyway, before we get woo, okay, I told y'all this show was gonna be spicy because it's just a conversation. Oh my gosh. Yes, there are pronouns in StarField. If you have an issue with pronouns, I don't know what to tell you because it's 2023.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Like,
it's
really,
time to get with the program.
I'm not even understanding it. But let's move on. Let's just StarField. 2 thumbs up from everybody on the panel. We ain't played, well, besides them, we ain't played it, but it's 2 thumbs up because wow, I don't even know how we got there just now. But anyway, the SAG, the Screen Actors Guild, I was about to say awards, but the Screen Actors Guild strike. That's kind of crazy right now because, for one, it's definitely messing with Spider-Man 2. No, it's not going to mess with the release of Spider-Man 2. Yes, it's still coming out October 20th. Y'all don't have to worry about anything like that. But as far as DLC is concerned, the boy me and Hoda were talking about that in the DSG chat. And it might be a while before we get any kind of DLC for that game. Not only is games like Spider-Man 2 will be affected, but y'all favorite game is going to be affected. Fortnite is actually a part of the Screen Actors Guild when it comes to video game voice acting and screenwriting and storytelling and things like that. So
is
not
Destiny, and so is Mortal Kombat.
Mortal Kombat,
Yeah.
Destiny. So no,
Halo.
Yeah, all the big studios.
Overwatch.
all of the Blizzard, all of them studios. That affects Overwatch. You know what? That affects Diablo. That affects what's the other one? The other super big one, World of Warcraft. Boom. All
this
of
is a
that.
big thing to touch on because this is about to get a hell of a lot bigger come October 29th because the video game industry is getting involved and it is going to a vote literally the day after the release of Spider-Man 2.
And the video game industry actually makes more money than the movie industry.
Yeah, but this is going to spill over hard to us as content creators. I was actually just talking about this with a friend of mine not too long ago, and she gave me some very frightening information. Some of these games that are going to be on this list, don't you dare stream them.
You can't even stream them?
You could get labeled as a scab. You could get blacklisted from future opportunities.
Oh!
I'm going to tell you right now, and you won't feel it. You won't feel it until
bad for all the Marvel
like regular
streamers.
game players and everything like that, they would like the solidarity, but content creators, you should show the solidarity.
Oh,
yeah, I'm gonna say it right now because we talk about it every single week. I'm gonna say it right now.
Okay, hold on.
Spider-Man 2's on that list. Don't you dare stream it.
Hold on. Stop. Pause. Everybody, stop. Pause. Everybody from the chat, everybody watching, everybody on the stream right now, share this video because we about to talk. We're about to talk about what's about to happen because I didn't even realize how detrimental as content creators from small or large that this is about to affect. So y'all look, 30 seconds. We got 30 seconds to share this video. Let's get this popping real quick. 30 seconds.
And there's going to be a lot of y'all out there that...
What's shaking, people? It's your boy Doomkiller HD. Sit back and relax. You are now rocking with the best. And welcome to another segment of Fire or Trash, where we take your favorite YouTube or Twitch streamer, content creator, and ask them a series of questions really fast. The only thing they can answer is fire or trash. Fire or trash, fire or trash. The only thing you can answer to the questions I ask. Fire or trash, fire or trash. The only thing you can answer to the questions I ask. Fire or is it trash? Fire or trash.
Okay. I just sent the invite to the homie Sadat the Gamer too, so he is going to join us. Anybody else who I know that can control themselves on camera is also welcome to join. Send some invites to the roundtable members as well, because this just went from a conversation to some real talk, real fast.
This is gonna be big, and like y'all are gonna come out and like, oh, so and so big streamer's not streaming this game. This is my chance to blow up.
No, it's not actually. It's not actually.
Especially if you have aspirations to get into actual voiceover or anything like that, or to like interview actors or voice actors. Yeah. Anything that would put you into that frame for absolutely sure.
Who the one? Talk to me right now, because you got that look on your face like, oh my God.
And honestly, like literally, I feel like this whole situation could have been avoided if people were getting paid and treated the way that they were supposed to while doing these projects. Because there's no reason why one man should be making $32 million to billions of dollars a year.
Wasn't even in the movie. Didn't write the movie.
All he did was sit at the desk and go, "You can do this project," and then he made the most money out of everybody. And it's like, come on now.
Yo, so I can't wait for Sadat to get on here because I actually want to hear his opinion on this. So we're gonna keep this conversation going for a good minute. For the game of the
I got the welcome out for him.
the SAG strike, bro. I just sent it. Let me double make sure it went through because sometimes these things don't. Yeah, I sent this to that. It should be in there. It's right above your message, actually.
This brings me back to that thing that happened with the lady from Bayonetta that happened a few months ago, where she was like she wasn't getting paid the amount of money that she thought she deserved, and I was like, we are gonna hear this or about this again. This is not the last time that something like this is gonna be brought up. And what do you know? And
J. Coon Prime. Yeah. You actually talked to somebody who was actually involved or either a part of the Screen Actors Guild or really close to someone in it, and you got some information via DM, via Discord call or whatever you were on. Will you go ahead and break that down for me real quick so we can really get this conversation started for real?
Basically, what's going to go down is I think the vote, they have decided that they're going to vote as to whether or not they're going to go on strike. And I believe that vote takes place October 28th, which is either the day before or the day after the release of Spider-Man 2.
I thought the vote was this week, no?
Yeah, I thought they already voted.
Well, yeah. the pre-vote thing, I think, but I thought the actual vote was this week, like Thursday, but I could be wrong. I know something.
The part I'm talking about is the involvement of the gaming industry.
Okay, because something is going on Thursday, but I wasn't exactly sure.
Yeah. But that could wind up spilling over to content creators hard. That if certain games are on this list of like they're from companies that have entered the strike, you play that game on stream, you stream that game, you make content for that game, you are considered a scab. Scab means you are willing to cross the picket line. And that could wind up shooting you in the foot of getting future opportunities, whether that is review copies of games, trying to break into the gaming industry, any type of influence or brand deals. You could wind up shooting yourself in the foot and lose it all because, it's just a game, so I streamed it anyway.
Wow.
And a lot of games, a lot of well-known games are going to get affected by this. Pretty much my entire arsenal is under the crosshairs for this. So like I'm very well looking at the situation of like I may have to either make content for something else or I'm just done streaming.
Most actual indie games should be fine, but actually truly indie games.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. Yeah, because I know a few 2K next makers. I myself am a EA game changer, and I think both of those companies fall under that SAG strike as far as the gaming industry goes. If I'm incorrect, please let me know.
No, nope. 2K is under Take-Two Interactive. Yep.
Yeah, that's what I thought, and I know for sure EA is. So
Rockstar is under Take-Two as well.
Goodness gracious. I'm glad
WB was named actually too. So
I'm glad you showed up, Sadat. I was literally in the process of watching your video as I was going live. So I kind of want to hear your thoughts, or can you let the people know your thoughts on the future of content creation with this strike actually affecting the gaming industry? This is kind of crazy, bro.
So I actually didn't even consider really from a content creator perspective of them being in really any trouble, because my understanding from the research I've done on this particular potential strike is that we don't know if they'll officially go on strike yet. The vote they did do was they unanimously decided to authorize the strike, so that when they go to the bargaining table from September to the 25th is the last day for negotiations, they have that option to throw down like, hey, if we don't get a deal done, we're striking. So the biggest impact will be games that are kind of like in more early development from these particular studios, because mocap is actually obviously extremely important, and voice work is usually done pretty early in the process. Also, usually important for a lot of these, especially these story-driven games. So, like Spider-Man 2 DLC would potentially be delayed. Marvel's Wolverine, depending on how far along that is, could be delayed. Those EA Marvel games are going to have some development delays around that because they'll be able to do a lot of the other stuff, but they won't be able to do the voice work or the mocap until this is resolved. But my understanding when it comes to the picket line is that they explicitly tend to avoid product boycotts because that can affect the creators as well. I know that was the case when it came to the acting and writer side because they don't want to potentially lose out on royalties. But in general, they don't want to encourage product boycotts when it comes to the strike. They mainly seem to enforce it around their members where, okay, don't cross a picket line by taking, their writing jobs. Don't promote the products. But in terms of the actual consumer, they don't want to encourage consumers to not buy the product because it's hard enough to get. For one, it can shoot themselves in the foot financially, but also it's hard to get consumers on their side, especially if you're also asking them to participate in a boycott of the products that they enjoy anyway. Like you want to kind of just focus on making your pitch that, hey, we want to be treated better. This is what we're fighting for. We want to keep making great stuff for you. But in order to do that, we have to be able to live. And the biggest thing in the game on the gaming side seems to be, I'm surprised there's not the reason why there's not more, I think, more striking in the gaming side is because most game development jobs are actually pretty great, and they're more so like employees. Like you're not like it's not the same as like the actors over on like a Hollywood because they're more so like contractors that are constantly fighting other contractors for a job. They're not being hired by Disney as an employee. They're competing for a particular project. Whereas if you're trying to work at like Insomniac as a level designer, that's a job. You're getting $100,000 or something a year plus benefits and everything like that. So there's usually not a lot of union activity in that regard. But when it comes to performers, that's where it goes into the acting and can get a little sketchy because they're competing for jobs and they are trying to fight a growing problem. It's been a consistent problem, especially on the anime side, where voice actors get paid. A lot of voice actors get paid absolute shit if they're not in a union. It's actually embarrassing. Like especially on the anime side. Like I heard that the Jujutsu Kaisen movie, which is a great series. The movie came over in America, did extremely well, one of the highest grossing anime movies to come here. And the English voice actors got paid $200 a piece to do that movie, which is despicable.
Oh damn!
Literally, $200, and we're not talking about background characters. We're talking like the main
character, right.
The movie. They got paid $200 to do the dub. So obviously,
that's highway robbery.
Obviously, we know that there is an important need, especially in regard to voice actors, to have a union to ensure that there's like a baseline rate where because if they can get away with it, they will.
$200 a wop, right?
Especially with AI now being able to like perfectly duplicate voices. That's the big thing they're fighting against. The voice actors union, they're very well compensated, but they obviously want a pay increase to keep up with inflation. But the real problem and the real reason why they're fighting is because the big studios are trying to take advantage of all this new AI tech to cut some costs. Like they're like, okay, well, that's what the writers and actors are fighting. Because like, okay, well, we could pay this actor, $500,000, $1 million to do this movie, or we could scan them and have an AI just do everything on the camera. We could pay this writer, $200,000 plus royalties, or we could just have someone plug in some prompts in the chat GPT and give us the script.
They give us a whole movie for real.
That's what they're fighting is. The voice actors want to be able to continue working, not have a situation where they just train their voice on like 11 labs and then they just type in whatever they want them to say with their voice, and then the computer just spits it out in time.
Right.
Like that's what they're trying to avoid. They're trying to avoid being replaced by AI tools, especially on the mocap side, because we're seeing growing technology in that regard. Like the new NBA 2K game just rolled out this new feature called Pro Play, where essentially instead of having a mocap guy sit in their room and do all the animations and imitate the players, or have the players themselves come in, they can actually just look at footage of the players and scan that into the game, perfectly accurate to perfectly capture their motion, instead of paying a professional mocap artist to do it, or having a player themselves come in and do it. So that's the sort of growing technology that could potentially erase these jobs, and that's what they're trying to build in protections for.
Oh wow, that's actually even scarier actually. But it seems like from what Jay's saying and what you're saying is almost in contradictory. So I guess my question would be to both of you guys, either one can answer first or second, it don't matter to me. What's the deal with content creation going forward with stricken games? How about that? That should be easy enough. So either one of you guys can go first, J. Cool or Sadat.
I wouldn't say that what we're saying is contradictory to each other. I think it's just from two different sides of the fence. I'm looking at it specifically from someone, like, I'm not saying that they're going to be like, I didn't say, don't you dare play that game. Don't you dare buy that game. I said, don't stream it. Don't make content for it, because that could wind up screwing you over later on down the line, because one of these people that works for these companies, well, they're scab. They crossed the picket line. They did this. They tried to capitalize on it. We are not going to give them any future opportunities. You can own the game. You can play the game all you want. I would highly suggest not making content for it if this strike happens.
And you're saying to that the voice actors and the people who are striking actually still want content creators to make content because they don't want the product to not sell, because they actually still do make their loot off of the product, right?
My understanding from all the strategy so far of SAG has been to enforce a picket line of just actors, writers, don't take jobs while we're trying to do the strike. Don't speak out against the strike. I have not seen anyone mention potentially punishing content creators. I'm not even sure how that would work per se, because crossing the picket line wouldn't, because they're not against product. They're not promoting product boycotts. So if you're looking at, for example, Spider-Man 2, I'm not sure why you would punish a content creator for covering that game, especially if the parent company had specifically reached out to that content creator to cover that game, and the voice actors, the mocap artists, they've already been paid for that game, and so there really is no pick and line to cross in that regard. The content creators aren't part of SAG; they're not related to this, and unless you're encouraging full product boycotts, there'd be no reason to punish streamers at all, because they're not advocating for product boycotts. They're just advocating for their members to not take jobs, which would undermine their whole cause. Like in terms of content creation, there'll be no reason. Like Yuri Lowenthal was paid very well to do Marvel Spider-Man 2 and do the mocap, and everyone appreciates him, and everyone, I'm sure, would support him for the most part in his pursuit of a new deal. But there'd be no reason to boycott Spider-Man 2 just because they were going on strike. Like I'm not seeing where that correlation would be.
So
the part I'm getting at is not so much that anything's going to be spoken about it. Like they're probably not going to say anything about it. In fact, they're going to be looking for people that are going to still be willing to stream it. The part is, I think I'm maybe not conveying it properly. It's a far more specific perspective that I'm talking about, where like someone from on high isn't going to take you out. Say like WB isn't going to strike me down for streaming Mortal Kombat 1 when it comes out, if it winds up being on that list. I'm talking about for the individual content creator or streamer who are being looked at by people, say like Arsenal GG. We all know who Arsenal is at this point.
right.
They one of those people who directly contributes to whether or not you get a free copy of the game. They see that you streamed it because you were willing to do it, because WB went like, hey, so-and-so won't do this, but will you do it? And we'll pay you to do this, that, and the other. And it turns out it winds up being significantly less than what they would have paid, I don't know, max $1 million to stream the game. And he refused because he decided he was just going to do it all together. That person that saw you do that, well, he's shown that he's willing to do that. We're not going to give him anything.
I see what you're saying. It's
yeah,
more
that's the point I'm trying to make.
I got what you're saying. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's like more of a person who's actually dealing with the strike, looking at that like, oh, you turned your back on me.
Yes.
That makes sense.
Yeah, like everything Sadat is saying is absolutely correct. I think it was just a crossing of wires. Maybe I just didn't explain it clearly, which
No, I get it.
I
get it.
If there is a content creator boycott, that will be interesting to see, because as like I said, I don't think anyone in SAG is going to be promoting any sort of that, and content creators are in no way connected to SAG in that regard. So it would be weird, especially since creators usually go through the marketing departments when it comes to these sort of opportunities, and they're completely far removed from that whole situation. So it would be weird if creators are punished for supporting the game that SAG is telling people to support because they don't want to boycott.
Yes, we're
Okay, so you are both correct. So here's the thing. So right when, this is important, right when like Barbie and Oppenheimer came out, everyone was like, oh, can I talk about this? Can I review this? Can I do that? It's the exact same thing I'm hearing now with the gaming part of this. What came out and was said was yes, and just like Sadat said, you don't want to stop doing this. We don't want the backlash of like not supporting this thing. That could actually turn back and affect the actors and or the writers, okay? But they did leave a clause in there, so if like they decided that it would be going like the pick and line would be promoting or anything like that, it would be something they would like explicitly say. So what Jay Kuhn is getting at is like the secondary phase could be a point that they not only strike, but they say that any like content creators or anything like that are crossing the picket line. They would actually come out like and say that. Okay. It's like a last resort. So like they haven't done it with movies yet. They haven't done it with games yet, and they probably won't for a while, but it could happen. Right. It could happen.
Yeah, I was gonna say, because I know on New Rockstar.
I'm thinking later down the line.
That makes a lot more sense too. Like
that makes more sense, because if it got to that situation where they're that desperate, I could see them switching to that tactic of straight up encouraging boycotts. But
maybe I didn't emphasize that earlier in the statement. Like, you're not going to feel it right away. It would be like
you did
4 months from then.
Yeah, no, you said you wouldn't feel it right away.
Yeah,
you did. Go ahead, Huda. What were you about to say?
No, I was just gonna say on New Rockstars, they do at the beginning of every video, they say we got approval from SAG to review this movie. So I was gonna say at some point
it's about to it might go down like Jay Kuhn was saying. Like that's actually crazy though. Because
Jay Kuhn, you had me scared.
No, I mean, but what he's saying is actually factual. Horder hit it right on the head when he said both Sadat and Jay Kuhn are both correct at the same time. It's just timing right now. Right now, we're all in the clear because it's not for them. It's not that serious yet. It's like, we're still in the negotiating stages. We're not about to put our foot down. But if they decide to be like, yo, what do you call it? That product boycott? Is that if they do decide to product boycott, that's when what Jay Kuhn was saying literally comes to light. It's like, okay,
Yeah.
you stream this game, you literally could end up on the blacklist. And that's kind of crazy when you think about it, because like, what? You know what I mean? Like, I can't wait for
That's where my
Spider-Man.
confusion
I'm
comes in, though.
seriously like, I wasn't as blessed as some of the other content creators, but I
Mhm.
am an owner of the Spider-Man 2 controller. You know what I'm saying? I cannot wait for Spider-Man 2 to drop so I can do
Yeah.
content on it. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
So if, you know, say in the next month, they're like, you know what? It's shit hits the fan. It's done. It's craziness right now. We're actually going to put our foot down. Boom, all of that, all of this right here, that goes away, because I don't want to, you know, be disrespectful to somebody who's trying to better themselves and, you know, and better their own community. You know what I'm saying? So
That'd be a tricky thing, because you want to, because you as if you're a creator who's at that level, you obviously want to be able to respect
Right.
the voice actors, everything like that, but you don't want to be on, you know, their bad side, or, you know, people who are sympathetic to them, but you also don't want to be on the bad side of the people who hold the power, the publisher, the parent company, the marketing people who you directly work with. Yeah.
Yo, that definitely put, like, for me, I'm fine. I mean, I got like 5,500 subscribers. I'm not huge, you know what I'm saying? But for your people with 500,000 subscribers who, you know what I mean, who do this for a living, I do this for fun. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's people who do this to provide for their families. That's about to hurt them either which way they look at it, because and I actually was about to say her name, but I don't want to put her out there to make people, you know, like attack her or anything like that. But I'll say Andy Wong, because Andy Wong he's got a strong chin. Your Andy Wong's out there, you know what I'm saying, who literally control who can get a code or who can, you know, get a key to this game. He might see you streaming Street Fighter 6 and like, fam, that we're not doing that right now. You know what I'm saying?
But that's the question. Would an Andy Wong, whose little job it is to promote the game, be on the picket line when they're not represented by SAG and their literal job is to promote the game?
If Andy Wong,
Was
I mean,
Capcom
we know
on
Andy.
the list,
You know Andy is a good guy, so he's going. Well, I shouldn't have used Andy, because Andy's a good guy.
Andy's going to stand solidarity,
because I do occasionally play Street Fighter, and I've never met Andy face to face.
Right.
I have, however, met Tyler from NetherRealm. Tyler knows who I am. We follow each other on Twitter. If I did MK, I might get a DM from him. Yeah.
So you see what I'm saying? Like, it really does put content creators in a pretzel almost, like, especially the way you broke it down. So, go ahead, Tanai. Go ahead, talk.
I would say if it came to that, which I think is highly unlikely, because a product boycott is considered a last reason. Like the strike, the actors and writer strike has been going on for how
4
long?
months now?
4 months now, and they haven't even seriously entertained a product boycott. They're actually closer to working out a deal than anything. So but when you start getting into that territory, then that's when a lot of bridges can potentially be burned there, because not only are you risking antagonizing the customers who you probably will lose when you start talking about boycotts, especially if you get like really aggressive with your Twitter language. You're also
seriously,
you're also potentially burning future bridges with content creators, putting them in awkward positions. You're burning bridges with the publishers who who might start cleaning house if they find out that you're punishing content creators for not promoting, for streaming the game for the product that you're trying to sell. So it could be a disaster for everyone involved. So I would say, if you do have if it did come to that and you have a connection with a certain game, or studio, I would definitely talk to your PR rep and take the temperature to see what that situation is, because that PR rep is the person that is going to be responsible for getting you those opportunities, those free products, those free keys. So talk to them about it. We know somebody. Me and Doom, we know Cammy. So
I was trying to.
so it'd be interesting to get her perspective on that hypothetical, because she works with content creators. She loves the job. She's obviously has a responsibility to represent the Bethesda brand and to promote it and to get content creators to promote it. But if the voice actor said, "Hey, we don't want you to promote this product," then that would put her in an awkward position, because it's like, oh well, her job is to promote the product that they're telling you to boycott, and she's not represented by SAG. They can fire her with no problem.
Perfect example, Sadat, to what you're saying. Picture this. All of us on the screen right now, are halfway excited for Spider-Man or fully excited for Spider-Man. We all know who Yuri Lowenthal is, right? We all say most of us on the screen follow Yuri, right? Yep. On Twitter, right? So picture this. Yuri
before Spider-Man.
Picture this. Yuri's like, yo, we're going on strike. If you're my peoples, strike with me, right? Not saying that Yuri would ever say anything like this, but just this is a hypothetical, right?
Yep.
But we all know. Let's just put Andy in Insomniac role. And Andy is the community manager for Insomniac.
Well, it would say Aaron, because Aaron's the
okay, Andy. Cool. Aaron. I don't know if everybody on the screen knows Aaron, but everybody knows Andy. But anyway, so Aaron is Insomniac's go-to guy. We all hypothetically follow Aaron, and we're excited for Spider-Man 2. Aaron is like, yo, I need you guys to bump this Spider-Man. You know what I'm saying? I'm about to send out you guys some controllers, some screen covers, yada yada yada. Right after Yuri is like, yo, we're about to hit the strike. What are you doing as a content creator? And I'm gonna start with you, J. Cole Prime. See what I'm saying? This is that pretzel that Sadat was talking about. What are you doing?
As a content creator, I'm not doing nothing.
So you're gonna side with Yuri then? Because not doing nothing is literally siding with Yuri. Okay. Who the one? What you doing in that situation?
I always stand up against the man, so I'm siding with Yuri.
Okay. Hoarder Gamer.
I've been a fan of Yuri Lowenthal since he was the what do you call that? The narrator for Disney Infinity. So Yuri.
Damn. Okay. Sadat the Gamer.
I'm playing Spider-Man 2.
I'm fucking done. That's the most practical answer.
It is.
I love Yuri. He's awesome, and if he's willing to pay my mortgage for the next few months, I'm right there on the picket line with him. Right. But if Aaron is like, tells me privately or publicly, go crazy with it, and my rep at Sony, who sends me a review code, and is like, go crazy, I'm like, okay, hope Yuri gets what he wants, but in the meantime, check out the symbiote gameplay.
Yo, that's actually freaking nuts. I'm not actually mad at nobody's answer on here. Me personally, as a small content creator, I'm about to they send me send me a place, Sony. Send me a plate if you want to. I'm so sorry. I respect. Don't get it wrong. I respect the efforts but that literally would have zero to do with me as a small content creator who does this part-time. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know. I might, y'all call me a bad person or you want to, but I want to play Spider-Man.
I want to play. Yeah, I want to play Spider-Man. I have responsibility. I want to, but not just because I want to play it. I have responsibility. Yuri's already been paid for the game. Why am I being punished for something you already got paid for?
That's seriously though. All jokes aside, like when it came to the Hogwarts Legacy thing, I got a bunch of transference. You know what I'm saying? I have not bought Hogwarts Legacy. I don't cover Hogwarts Legacy. I've never played Hogwarts Legacy. So it actually it depends on, for me, I guess it's a more of a, it depends on the situation. You know what I mean? That situation that was hurting my friends and shit like and stuff like that. So I was like, you know what? I'm a step away from this particular game so I don't hurt somebody who I'm cool with. You know what I mean? But I mean, I don't know Yuri like that. You dig? So
And it's not even
all the games that are on this list that could potentially be on the chopping block just for me alone. Like the moment I find like I'm in the clear, oh, guess who's streaming MK? Like, I mean, but I'm gonna cover my butt first.
It'd be one thing. It'd be one thing if Insomniac came out and said, "Hey, going forward, instead of hiring people like Yuri, we're just going to use AI cloning tech."
Yeah, see,
and
that's
never
a
hiring
different
them.
story.
That's a different thing.
It turns out Yuri was never in the studio at all.
That's a different thing. Yeah, I'm not supporting that. But if we're talking about, oh well, the game, Yuri has been promoting this product for months. He's already been paid for it. It's out. I've been given a code. Everyone's excited about it. Why would I boycott it all of a sudden? When you're like a few days into your boycott, into your strike. Like, no. Like,
I feel it. I definitely feel it. Games like Fortnite, though, we've been talking a lot about Spider-Man too, but games like Fortnite who have continuous stories, games like Destiny 2, who have continuous stories, like on the 28th, 29th, or whatever, that could officially just come to a halt, and those games could be in limbo for, I mean, it takes a long time to put that together anyway, so it could already be like 6 months to a year before new content, but with the strike, that could take that to a year and a half, 2 years before you see anything. DLC for Spider-Man 2 might not come out until 2025 at this point. You know what I'm saying? DLC for Destiny 2, especially as intricate as that damn DLC is, that might not come out till 2026, bro. It's 2023 right now.
Hold on, though. Out of all, like, realistically, and this could anyone can answer this.
Mm-hmm.
If they do have a strike for voice actors and mocap, out of all the companies in the list, do you think all of them are going to respect it, or you think they're going to hire scabs?
They're going to hire scabs.
Oh,
they're going to hire scabs.
That's a
Every
good
single one of them.
question.
Insomniac definitely would respect Yuri and everything like that, but is Activision?
No. I think Rockstar, they're going to hire people.
Epic Games is all about the... Let's talk about it. Let's talk about
it. Fortnite with the right drop can make $100 million in a day. You think they're gonna? You think they're gonna be like, oh yeah, we respect
money talk.
So also too, when Sony talks to Insomniac, what is Sony gonna say to Insomniac?
Okay,
that's also
let's talk Fortnite real quick, because Sadai hit something on the head and I want to kind of expand on it. Fortnite makes its money off of collabs though. So like if they want to bring in a OnePiece who's on strike, they can't do that. So they actually make
yes,
it.
They can.
They can. No, they can't, dude.
The voice actor may be on strike, but they don't need the voice for the skin.
They got you don't need all the days.
You don't need the voice that's going in Fortnite.
But it's the writers too. The writers is what
the writers might be on strike for the video game industry. That is for right now. It's just the voice actors. Yeah. Fortnite, they don't give a shit. They don't need the voice.
Fortnite don't talk. You're right, because they don't use the voices anyway. That's a part of the lore. Is that the characters they bring in don't have? They're not themselves, right? Yeah,
gibberish.
Right.
And they probably don't even need fresh mocap.
Oh, not at all.
They could probably work around it.
I mean, they did that for a few of the Marvel characters, especially the movie characters. We have a big
rig, we have a small rig, and then we have an extra large rig. All right, those are the 3 templates you get. Make them work.
Wow!
And every single character in the roster works off those 3 templates.
Like we know, Mortal Kombat does in-depth mocap work. I saw Jay Shockblast post a video of what he thought was the Omni-Man mocap session. So that's so they would delay that, but
Fortnite is about to just eat during this strike. That's crazy.
On strike? Come on,
bro. Okay, games like Overwatch 2. Like I played the hell out of Overwatch 2, and that's a very mocap voice line heavy game. Though, and that makes the game. Like when somebody on your team is yelling out something, you're listening because it actually means something, right? So games like I say Destiny 2, Overwatch 2, NBA 2K, they probably would be the ones to suffer more, right? If what you're saying is correct, right?
Well, not NBA 2K, but yeah, a Destiny.
Why not NBA 2K?
Did you hear him say earlier that they just scanned the videos of the people?
Yeah, they have pro play. They don't technically need mocap anymore. they have pro. They just added this pro play feature. They technically could replace mocap altogether if they wanted to.
So, you think other games are going to go that route?
I mean, that's part of the problem. The technology is getting there. Like they're at the point where they can replace a lot of voice work. They could replace a lot of motion capture, traditional motion capture. Wow. So that's what they're trying to build in protections for. So they know they can do it, but there will be potential backlash, like replacing someone, like a Yuri or a Chris Judge. That would because those are big people and people really love those characters, and they would hate the idea of them being out of work permanently because they wanted these billion dollar companies wanted to save some money. So that's what they have going for them. But mocap, that's gone, bro. Yeah. Mocap is clapped, bro. That's a wrap.
Blizzard game Diablo 4 Hoarder Gamer. What do you see happening with future seasons of that if the strike happens? Because it's a Blizzard game. Blizzard is under that SAG law or SAG strike.
Well, I actually talked about this real briefly on my stream. Gemma Chan is going to be in that new vampire-based season 2, DLC or season, and so hopefully that acting was done. All that voice acting is completed, hopefully. Otherwise, it will definitely affect the expansion that they're working on. It would definitely affect season 3. Also, MK is a very interesting situation because people are just talking about the characters like Homelander and is it Omni-Man? Is that the name?
Omni-Man, Homelander, Peacemaker. Yeah, they got that. I mean, funny enough, they actually don't need like someone to actually scan them because they actually got the likeness from Omni-Man from Amazon because they have a digital scan already of a Homelander that they just sent them to put into the game.
So there's that, but also MK. A lot of people forget now. There's that new mode that looks almost like a board game, and it's going to have seasons.
Wait a minute.
So that's going to need to have voice acting.
Hold on 1 second. So, Dad, why you keep hitting shit on the head like this? So is that the reason why the Homelander actor has not confirmed his voice acting for that role? Is because he didn't even have to freaking show up?
Partially. Also, they're not ready to get there yet. Like Omni-Man is supposed to come potentially first, and they're just now working on his mocap. But yeah, they don't need us. They don't need him to come in for a face scan. they got that from Amazon.
I thought Omni-Man was already confirmed. It was Homelander, the one that no one confirmed.
No. Yeah, that's what I meant was the voice for Homelander. I might have said Omni-Man, but I meant
Homelander. Okay.
No, but I definitely know they don't need him to actually come in for his likeness because they got that from Amazon.
Go ahead, Hoarder. I know I cut you off just now, but that's scary right there, dude.
MK, everyone's worried about, the characters that are coming into the game, but it's also going to have seasons with that new mode that looks like it's a board game. So every season, it's going to have probably a little storyline, some voice acting that has to be done. It's going to affect that. Suicide Squad killed the Justice League. Better hope that they're done with all the voiceover for the base game. Probably. Or that could get pushed back yet again.
I'm going to blow up.
I would guess that's done. I would say potentially that could affect some DLC. I would imagine by now they should have banked like
I would
at
hope
least
so.
one DLC. Like
I would hope so.
they've been
Unless
working
they're
on this
way
game.
behind and we didn't know.
They've been working on this game for 12 years, bro. They should have.
Come on now.
They should at the very least
Okay.
have all the mocap and voice work done for the base game.
Huda.
Yeah.
You play games like the Resident Evil games, the Texas Chainsaw Massacre, very scarcely Dead by
Texas
Daylight.
Chainsaw is done by an indie company, so
Okay, that was a question for you on that one because they do pull in your Jasons, your Michael Myers, who don't speak, but do they just use likenesses or are they literally mocap?
I know the
actors?
person, the dude who played Kane Hodder, who played Jason back in the day, who also did the mocap for Friday the 13th, did
That's
the
what I was
mocap
asking.
for he did the mocap for Texas Chainsaw Massacre, so he's Leatherface in the game. I don't know if he is a part of SAG. I'm not sure, but they had a lot of actual actors. They had Scout Taylor Compton from the Halloween Rob Zombie remake, who played Lorraine in the remake. She's in the game. You actual named actress in the game, but I don't know how it'll affect things going forward because we are supposed to be getting new characters and other things, but not from the movie. It's strictly from like the company because the game they only have rights to the first movie. They don't have any rights to any other Texas Chainsaw movie, just the first one. So they can't use anything from any other movie.
J-Coon Prime, you play actually a lot of games, especially retro games. Going forward though, like because I know the guy who is replacing the one Warlock guy who passed away or whatever.
You're talking about Zavala.
Right, him who the guy who's coming in
passed away, and now Keith David will be assuming the role of Zavala.
Does that affect? I mean, is he affected by this strike? You know what I mean?
Like, could be, yeah.
So that
Bungie, I think for the most part, like, yeah, I mean, is Sony on that list?
I mean, I'm pretty sure most of the Sony games are on the list.
Yeah,
so.
if Sony's on that list,
I didn't see
because Sony owns them now.
I didn't see Sony the parent company, but Insomniac is a first party Sony studio, so they would be under there.
Yeah.
See,
I didn't see Capcom up there either when you asked about Resident Evil, so that's why I was like, are they in on this? But that's a overseas company, so they might not.
They might not actually.
Anything Resident Evil that will be handled by Capcom Japan.
Japan, right? Yeah.
Yeah, because over there, Biohazard, like that's where the series originated from. So, like,
but this actually puts delays on future games that we were all excited for, like the Wonder Woman game, Wolverine, potentially Suicide Squad kills the Justice League. If Sadata is wrong and they didn't bank in all of the production that they needed to produce before.
Oh God, that was...
I mean, like that aside from us being hurt by this as far as content creators, that literally the gaming industry has been eating for about 7 months straight. We've been getting great games 8 months straight. Like, you know what I'm saying? That's all could be about to halt after December of this year.
I feel like maybe, and this is just maybe, let me cook.
Go ahead,
this could be a good thing for most of these companies that are making these games to sit around and come up with better stories for the games that we could be getting or that could be potentially hurt. They could use this downtime to work on better stories for their game, tweak little things here and there. I feel like, yes, it's a bad thing, but it could be used in a positive way going forward. I feel like
Huda, let me ask you a question.
Yeah.
Pretend you're a janitor. Just pretend you're a janitor real quick. That's your job. You're a janitor for a living. You make $45 an hour. That's a lot of damn money, right?
It really is for cleaning stuff.
Yeah, right. But you get laid off for 6 months. You got laid off for 6 months. Are you going to clean shit while you on laid off?
I mean, maybe if I'm getting paid for
you're not getting paid because you're laid off.
How? I am resourceful. I can outside contract.
by the same, are you going to clean the same stuff that you're supposed to get paid for by your company that hired you as the janitor at $45 an hour? Are you going to clean anything for them while you're laid off?
Hell no. They
Okay,
laid
so
me
why
off.
would
Why
these
would I
people
clean
be
for them?
why would these people be working on
I'm
anything
not.
while they're
No,
not
no, no,
getting
no. That's
paid?
not what I'm saying. That's not what I'm saying. That's not what I'm saying.
Oh, okay.
Not working
I'm
for
like,
the
fam.
company. No, that's not what I'm saying. I'm saying if they so
I'm
choose,
done.
because that's an optional thing.
Casual, you need to just come on the show because I'm done, dude.
No. But yeah, like I don't know, use this time to just me personally, I would use the time to do something productive. I can't go to work, so let me work on X, Y, and Z. And hopefully by the time things get resolved, we can shop this around and boom boom pow. I don't know, that's just me.
I feel you. 90%, 99.9% of the people on it. If you was a janitor, J. Cone Prime, and you got laid off, are you going to clean up with the mess that the people made while you're not getting paid?
Being that I came from a family that once a year,
Okay.
very much looked at the situation of, is Dad going on strike this year? Like,
No.
yeah, no.
Okay. Hoarder Gamer, you're a janitor. You getting paid $45 an hour to go do some work, but you got laid off. Are you going to do some work while you're laid off?
No, I'm probably going to be on the picket line. And like similar to Jay Kuhn, my mom and my grandfather used to work at Schlitz Brewery.
Mm-hmm.
So like basically union is very important.
Sadat the Gamer. I know it's hard for you to manage in being a janitor as far as Casual Avenger would say, but you're a janitor. You get paid $45 an hour, but you just got laid off. Are you going into work cleaning up anything?
So my uncle, I'm guessing this is in the context of a union. My uncle, he wasn't a janitor, but he worked as a bus driver in the union, and that particular union was famous for going on strike every time basically their contract ran out. So I got to see that behind the scenes and from the perspective of the customers who were impacted by the transit strike. They were not very happy about it especially because the service wasn't the best. But I would say if I'm in the perspective of the person who is getting paid, and I feel like the union has represented me well and making sure that I'm treated properly, I would stick with the union and I would have planned accordingly. But I would definitely, if need be, if I for some reason didn't have the finances planned right or something happened and I need the money, I guess I'd start a YouTube channel.
I can't with you, dude. He said bag of tricks for this shit. Let's go.
see how that plays out. You know,
for real. Well,
might be a feature in it.
You never know. 60K, you know what I'm saying? You never know, bro. You never know. Congratulations on that.
Oh, thank you.
I don't know if I hit you on Twitter yet, but I always do. So, but anyways, yo, like I definitely hear what you're saying, Huda, and that's actually a great point. I just wanted to talk some shit because I like talking shit to you. You know, Nicki Minaj, Chin Check, Natalie Nunn, but I personally don't think that people gonna be working on anything while this strike is going on. It's bro, we just spent like 45 minutes talking about this strike, and we still got more to go. Goodness gracious! But like,
you mean to tell me you don't think somebody writing a fire ass movie right now, even though they can't pitch it around to somebody and get money for it?
Nope.
Oh, they definitely.
You crazy?
No,
a little bit. I mean, yeah. But that's what my psychiatrist told me. You crazy.
The people who are on strike are, I mean, the actors can't do anything, but the writers are definitely working on stuff. If you love writing, you're not going to just stop writing, especially if you're planning for it to resume. You're going to
you would actually.
You're going to be working on stuff. Obviously, if you don't love writing, then I mean,
why are you writing?
That's a whole nother conversation. But I know, like, the people like the late night hosts, they have to find something to do, so they've been starting podcasts because they don't have
That's so
writers.
funny. That
So
is
they
so
don't,
funny.
they don't have writers anymore, so they can't do their shows. So now they're just doing podcasts
Damn.
on YouTube.
Damn. And
But
Twitter
yeah,
too. They're doing them on Twitter too now.
that's my
Or
point.
X.
If you don't love
X.com.
what
I would never call it X.
why you doing it?
Damn, we spent a lot of time on that SAG strike. Anybody got anything else they want to discuss about this strike situation? Because I'm actually flabbergasted about this shit. I'm a little thrown off. It's a pretzel. Sadat, J. Coon Prime have really been killing us with the facts. Huda and Hoarder has been giving us the on the ground type of info that we've needed, and I've just been in awe. So, like, anybody else got anything else they want to say about this SAG strike?
I hope they solve it, and everyone ends up getting a fair deal, and it doesn't go to that. Because the last time I didn't even realize they had a strike before, but the last time they did a video game industry strike, it was in 2016, and it lasted for almost an entire year.
What?
Oh.
I didn't even notice. Like, I just realized that a lot was going on in 2016.
Okay.
And I wasn't even gaming really back then.
Right.
So I must admit that's where I probably missed it. But yeah, it happened in 2016 for a year.
I mean, Trump was running for office at that point in time. It was a lot going on, sir.
Yeah, what happened in that year? I wasn't thinking about gaming really.
For real. God. Oh, all right. Okay, what else we got on this list? I would talk about Destiny. Let's just talk about Destiny 2 real quick. Let my dude J. Coon Prime get some things off his chest. I'm not a Destiny player, but I know that this weekend was, the big race or whatnot that y'all have every time some new content drops, or new raid drops, I should say. And it was something called contest mode, I think. And people are getting rings and badges. So, J. Coon Prime, go ahead and give us the info on what's happening with Destiny 2 right now, good sir.
So
that didn't sound good.
Big sigh.
That was a big one, bro. Oh, he hitting the hookah. Oh my gosh. Just
We stressed.
Ooh, snap.
contest mode.
Yes, talk to us about contest mode.
The race to world's first, the first 48 hours are always in contest mode where everything is 20 levels higher than you. And then on top of that, they give you a nice 1.5-page list of items that are disabled for the entirety of contest mode, and they'll turn them on back afterwards. Clan Elysium won Race to World's First for the 4th year in a row.
Clan who? Delicium?
Clan Elysium.
Or Elysium, okay.
Yeah, with their leader, Salta Greppo. So...
Salted what?
You just say Salted Beppo?
No, Salta Greppo.
Oh, okay.
The hell is that?
He's a 4-time world's first winner.
Now, what is a salted greppo?
I don't fucking know.
Okay.
Anyway, contest mode ended at 1 p.m. today. That is why I am dog tired. I have not slept yet. I've been at it since 1 p.m. Friday.
Damn.
And sad to say, we did not complete the raid. By the end of it, I was the last one standing of my team, looking for random groups to just try and finish the damn thing. I took to Twitter later on today after the winner had been announced. And
look this up right now.
This was one of the least completed day one raids in quite a while. And I feel like those numbers definitely got skewed because the one before this one had the most completed clears out of any raid in Destiny 2. And you casuals.
Well,
You
Glasses came on.
goddamn casuals. I'm going to speak to you directly.
He ain't talking to me. Hold on.
You get 363 days out of the year to play this game however the hell you want. If you can't complete contest mode, it's not the end of the world. As you can see, I'm still breathing, and I've tried 4 of them at this point. 2 days out of the entire year, 4, because you do technically get 2 raids in a year, a reprised raid and then a brand new one. It is not Sony and Bungie's responsibility to cater to you every single day of the year. The hardcore people are allowed some time to play some harder content. I've been through 4 of them now. It's some of the hardest stuff I've ever had to do. And it wasn't because the game was difficult. It was because of the team behind me. If a team is not on the same page, then you're never going to get anywhere. And it's time for you guys that complain on Twitter about how difficult the game is to start accepting that. Not everything has to be about you. The hardcore people are allowed some time to have fun as well. And you know what? Let them enjoy that moment. Because you'll get to play the raid again the very next day. And I promise you, it's going to be right up your alley with that easy mode you keep complaining about. Grow some stones and let other people have fun for once. Doom, I'm done.
So basically, skill issue.
Screaming. He said what he said.
That was rough, bro. Oh wow. I'm
He
sorry.
went off
dog.
on y'all.
I feel
I
bad for the
mean-
casuals, right?
I don't. I
No,
don't. They always be ruining people's
I hate
fun.
casual.
Like,
I hate casual. Bro,
No,
we,
'cause I'm going to say this. After 30 plus hours in that raid and coming back and clearing it twice in less than 3 hours after contest mode got turned off says something. It says something pretty goddamn clear that occasionally you'll have to stop licking your controller and expecting things to just work.
This
You
man
might
said
actually have
licking
to
your
plan some things out. I didn't lose because the game was too hard. I lost because my team didn't want it as much as I did. Yes, it was hard, but I would not change anything about the difficulty. I'm going to go find a different team, a team that is hungry as I am.
that's what.
There's nothing wrong with the game. Stop complaining about it.
True.
Oh, and last thing. Salt to Greppo, the world doesn't revolve around you either. Stop asking for nerfs for crap. Working as intended. Learn the definition of it.
Oh, we're Avengers
Pampered,
players. We know.
entitled Shit.
We know what that means.
We are strong.
They did the same thing in Avengers. Casuals complaining about stuff that they
Bro,
shouldn't
literally
be
the
complaining
first
about.
the first month of Avengers, all these casuals went on Twitter or no on Reddit, and they were like, "It's too hard. Hulk is weak. I can't. The missiles."
There are over 200 different exotics in the game. Oh, this gun doesn't work. Go pick another one.
God
Get
damn.
out of here.
I'm
You
so
know.
done with y'all right now.
Casuals do be ruining everything. No offense to
I've
casuals.
changed
So
my
annoying.
inventory
Complain
in
about
the past
everything.
30 plus hours so many times. I'm pretty sure the Destiny item manager app looked at me with tears in its eyes and went, "Can you give me a break?"
Yo, so Destiny 2, it's hard. Deal with it.
Contest mode is hard.
That's the
Grandmaster Nightfalls
subject of
are
it.
hard. Dungeons are hard. They're meant to be that way because they are in-game content. They cater to the hardcore. If you don't want to be hardcore, then don't play them.
I don't
You
want
have
to
the
be
Vanguard
hardcore,
playlist.
too.
You have Gambit. You have Patrol Spaces. You have the story. You have the Crucible. I didn't mention Trials, but good luck there anyway. You want to talk about people cheating? Go to Trials. That's where the cheaters are. You have so much of this game at your disposal to play it however the hell you want. You can let the hardcore audience have 2, maybe 3 things out of the entire game.
It's just 2 days, right? It's 2 days.
2 days. 4 if you like, because like I said, there's a reprise raid and then a brand new one. Like 4 days out of the entire year. You get the 361 other days Shut up.
My boy is in
They want
pain
they
right now.
361 days plus your days too.
I was about to say
tell
my
them.
boy is in pain
They
right
paid
now.
for whatever they paid for in Destiny. Let me
Okay.
stop.
I'm gonna point out Captain Chat, right? Imagine asking for nerfs. Yes. Imagine asking for nerfs in a predominantly PvE game.
That's crazy.
We can't
That's
have the
why I don't
weapon
play
be too
Apex and
strong.
stuff,
We'll hurt
though.
the AI's feelings.
Hoarder Gamer, do you have anything to say on this at all?
Yeah, I mean, as someone that is a bit more casual myself and still like dabble, I dabble in Destiny. I'm a dabbler. I would say that I have no problem with waiting 48, 72 hours or whatever to have a shot at the raid and like kind of like have fun with the raid. So the super hardcore part is not for me, and I fully accept that. I get a really cool campaign every year. I get strikes. I get there's something beyond the Grandmaster. I think just Nightfall or something it's called. That isn't as difficult.
Grandmaster Nightfalls.
Yeah, it isn't quite as difficult, but it's more
Yeah.
challenging. So there's a lot I can play, and I'm fine with that.
I'm gonna kiss this man.
You know what, Hoarder? When
right
you
on the
said
mouth.
that, what came to mind is that 50 Cent meme when he was like, "What did he say F me for?" That's
It doesn't get more casual than me. I played Destiny for 1 month and then uninstalled.
He didn't get past
he
the
better
title.
than I am. J.
He said
Cool
the color
named all
don't
that
look right
stuff
and
for
just
us to
left.
do. I wouldn't do none of that stuff.
I just didn't want to pay for anything.
Right.
I will proudly stand on that hill with everyone that complains about the price of Destiny 2. Trust me when I say I'm right there with you. They can say it's free to play all they want, and they're lying right through their teeth. Destiny is not free to play.
Destiny is one
It's
of the
free
most
to try.
expensive
It's definitely
games
free,
that
bro.
I've ever seen
Yeah.
because it's like $40 per episode, $69.99 for DLC. I'm just like, yo,
I definitely
Let me send you a
definitely tried
screenshot
it.
of my $100 pre-order gun.
I definitely tried it. Then I looked at the prices. And I was like, yeah, I'm gonna try something else.
Is this on Game Pass? Is this on... for real? One Piece live action, yo. I enjoyed the hell out of the One Piece live action. I did a whole podcast on it. I wasn't a fan of One Piece going through the anime. It grew on me definitely through the Alabasta arc. They made One Piece actually cool in the live action. Any thoughts or anything like that for J. Coon Prime on One Piece live action?
It is on the to-do list. Obviously, I have been busy this weekend. But...
You haven't slept. Yeah, I get it.
Yeah.
sounds like an excuse.
Oh.
I'm sorry. What was that? I couldn't hear you from down there.
I'm only on episode 3. Don't tell nobody that I'm watching this show because I got a reputation to protect. But I'm only on like episode 3.
What do you think so far?
It's actually kind of good. I'm not gonna watch the anime though.
You don't got to. I'm gonna still get you a straw hat.
I like it. I was watching it. I think I started it. I've been watching the episode a day.
Mm-hmm. So
I haven't finished episode 3 though today because I've been busy running all over the house. But from what I've seen, I liked it. Whoever that little man is, the little clown man with the little pigtails, he is eating. I like him.
Buggy the clown.
For him to be a villain, I'm living for him. I was like, yes, you better do it. I like everybody. It makes me want to watch the anime just so I can see where like the relationships from, because I understand that this is everybody's origin story, but for me it's not an origin story because they originally came in the anime and stuff, so I feel like I would get a better description of their backstories there. Right. But from what I'm getting, I like it. It makes me want to watch the next episode, and Luffy is the GOAT. I like him. Okay. I really like him.
All right, Hoarder Gamer, One Piece live action. What you thinking?
I watched the pilot last night and absolutely loved it. The casting is amazing across the board. Like, oh my god! Like when they showed Axe Hand's son. I was like, oh my god, that's that person. When you see the crew, like I think redheaded Shanks, I believe, his crew, the hairdos, the outfits, like
Mhm.
Buggy's clowns, their outfits, they all look correct.
Yeah.
It's insane to me. And then what else was I was going to say? I was shocked that they start bringing in Baroque works that soon. That was interesting.
Mhm.
I also too the morning scene in the cemetery with Zorro. I don't recall that being in that early part, so that was a surprise too. But yeah, I mean, everyone, like the cast, Luffy, Nami, they're excellent. Also, they need to market this to fans of Pirates of the Caribbean. It has that vibe. It has that look. It has
Ah.
that feel. And even the
The
music
music,
has
yeah.
that swelling vibe to it, like Pirates of the Caribbean. So they definitely need to get that market too.
Okay. So Dr. Gamer, you are pretty much one of the anime experts on the set right now. Have you gotten a chance to check out One Piece Live?
I have not.
Are you planning on checking it out?
Probably not.
Screaming.
So here's the thing. I am a massive anime enjoyer.
Yes, you are.
I was actually just watching Zom 100 Bucket List of the Dead before I started getting busy today. I always make time for anime on Sundays in particular, but I have not gotten into One Piece yet. People have been telling me for years, oh, you got to get into One Piece, you got to try One Piece, and then I was like, okay, but it's like 10,000 episodes, so I don't know about that. But I've heard like it might be better to get into the manga anyway, so I was like, okay, I'll put that on my to-do list. But I did watch the first 28 episodes of the anime because I usually when someone gives me an anime recommendation, I'll be like, okay, I'll give it some episodes, see if I like it, see how it is, because I don't mind going through long binge watching sessions. Like, it's not even the volume of the anime. Like I probably watched 600 episodes of Black Clover. In 1 week. I watched the entirety of Haiku, movies included in a 2-week span. So if an anime hooks me, I don't mind just going on a spiral. But after 28 episodes of One Piece, I was like, it's fine. And
no, I feel you.
And it just, I didn't hit that point yet where I was like, I have to keep going. That's why I wasn't like particularly invested. Now, I've surprisingly heard good things about this live action, which is a surprise because I've pretty much had a policy ever since
Dragon Ball Evolution.
Not even Dragon Ball Evolution. Death Note, live action Death Note, and Cowboy Bebop, that if Netflix is making a live action anime anything, I'm going to avoid it like the plague because I don't trust it. The only live action anime adaptation I've ever seen on Netflix that was actually good was their live action adaptation of Erased, which was surprisingly very good and better than the anime in some ways. But everything else has been just absolute complete dog water, and I just in general don't trust live action anime adaptations. But with that said, if enough people whose opinions on anime that I trust think this live action One Piece is actually worth checking out, I might do it, because I'm like not super invested in the anime anyway. Like, I watched 28 episodes, so I don't imagine I'm going to get particularly spoiled badly from the live action, since it seems like it's going to be Origins or whatever. But I'm like, if it is good, then maybe I'll give it a watch just to see. But in general, I watched the trailer and I looked at the character designs and the casting. I was like, I'm not sold, and just turn it off, because it's so hard to do live action anime, especially for action anime, because it's going to be really hard to capture that in live action, especially the casting, the way the characters look and the action, and I'm a purist in that regard. But if you can at least do right by the effects and everything, I can do that. I can get with it. But a lot of studios don't even bother to do that. So I was pretty skeptical. But if everyone that messes with anime are saying this is actually busting, then I might have to at least give it an episode before.
I'm gonna say this
I write
much,
off.
Sadat. You recommended Chainsaw Man to me back way, I don't even know how long ago that was, and I enjoyed the hell out of Chainsaw Man off of your recommendation. It was a great recommendation. I'm gonna say this much, brother. This adaptation is, to me, a little bit better than the anime. I didn't enjoy the anime till about 115 episodes in. I watched it. Yeah, no,
Actually, that makes sense.
Yeah, it wasn't that. It really didn't capture me. I was watching it because I wanted to see what happened next. But by 110 episodes, I was like, okay, this is actually pretty good. They skip all of the stuff you don't like in the first portion. Pretty much, this is pretty much 120 episodes in an 8-episode format. And they did it perfect. It's
they don't
actually
even feel like
better.
that though.
That's
Right.
interesting.
Like
That's
that
interesting because I know from anime experience that when you try to condense chapters, that can go horribly wrong. That's what happened.
It could.
That's what happened. That's what happened with The Promised Neverland. The Promised Neverland season 1, one of the best seasons of anime ever created. Season 2, one of the worst seasons of anime ever created, because they decided to just take the last 160 plus chapters and cram it into 12 episodes, and they skip entirely the best arc of the entire series while doing it. And it was
that's
a disaster.
what they did right. See, they did it right with this anime. They pretty much took out all of the stuff you didn't need,
all the filler, because that's
Right.
the issue. Because One Piece is like a weekly shonen type of thing. It does have an obscene amount of filler.
even in the regular episode, it's a lot of filler inside the episode.
Yeah,
you know
for
what I
sure.
mean? They took all of that out, so it's like
Dragon Ball Z
summary-
Kai, basically like Dragon Ball Kai.
Right. If Dragon Ball Z Kai was live action, this would be it. But it's good. Like the animation, not the animation, but what's the word I'm looking for? GFX? Is that
the VFX?
VFX. The VFX are actually astounding.
Yeah, the
They look
CGI,
really good.
the action is amazing.
It looks like if you were watching the anime live action was supposed to look. It's better than Bleach, and Bleach was good to me. So if you like the live action Bleach, which was pretty damn good, like the choreography in it was actually pretty good.
I didn't like it overall, but I did like the action and effects.
Right, that's what I'm talking about. If you like the VFX and the CGI in Bleach, you're gonna love this One Piece.
I'll give it an episode.
You know what? If you don't believe me, ask Lejeune. Lejeune was stuck off it. He said he binged the whole thing in a night. So
I want to, but I'm too old to be staying up late. I'm
in a position where I can binge the whole thing if need be, but
it's pretty good, bro.
I'll give it a shot. I'll give it a shot tonight.
For sure.
This gives me hope for Avatar. I feel like if Netflix did One Piece this good, hopefully Avatar: The Last Airbender will be better than how the movie was.
Don't do that.
I'm so scared, bro. Because
don't give me hope.
I'm about to say, don't act like that movie was good.
Bro, that movie was horrible. Like
the movie was.
I'm an Aang fan. You know, I'm a part of the Boomerang gang. You know what I mean? Like,
it took like 8 men to move one stone, and I was over it.
Dude, when the fire benders couldn't bend fire without having fire there, I was done. It was like, wait, you can't bend fire. Yeah, this is not Avatar. I'm good.
So one of the
whole village lifted this one stone.
One of the reasons One Piece might be working so well in live action is Oda was directly involved with this production. He would not let it go without it.
That was smart. I think that was the issue with like a lot of the other adaptations. Like they didn't have the original creators directly involved, and they just decided to do their own thing. And the people they hired had no respect for the source material and just did whatever they wanted.
Damn.
I hate you.
Damn.
That doesn't work for everybody.
Who the one? Tell people where they can find you at.
Y'all can find me at my Twitch channel. It's Who Cares It's 2017. My name is Is it right here? Oh, it's right here.
Yeah,
here,
right there.
Right there.
Hoarder Gamer, tell people where they can find you at, bro.
Well, twitch.tv/Hoarder Gamer, as well as here on YouTube on Doom Squad Gaming for Hoarder's Comic Flex. Wednesday nights at 8 p.m. Central. Comic books, toys, games. I talk about all of it. And yeah, that's pretty much everything.
So Dr. Gamer, let people know where they can catch you at, good sir.
Probably on YouTube recommended. Subs aren't or what they used to be.
Jacob, let people know where they can find you at, sir.
He's muted.
You're muted if you're talking.
His cat muted his microphone.
Actually, she did, yeah. You can find me at the usual places: TikTok, Instagram, Twitter, YouTube, Kick, J-Kun Prime.
Yes, indeed. Oh yeah, you're done with Twitch, huh? Damn,
He finally left.
Ooh, y'all know where y'all can find me at. Y'all know we here right now. So. But I got a message of the week for y'all. There is nothing in this world you deserve, even if you work hard at it, if you bust your ass to get it, it is not yours. What you get is a blessing. It's a gift. So remember that. Just because you didn't get a key code for a certain game that you play all the time, just because you didn't get invited to a Discord server where the gamers are getting that, you don't deserve that. You work for it maybe, and people may give that to you, but it's not anything that you deserve. And that is the message of the week, because we got a lot of entitled people right now that I've been seeing, and it's actually crazy that certain people believe that they deserve to get certain things that other people have. No, just because you work for something don't mean that you're going to get it, and that's just life. I'm so sorry.
This is why we're twins. I literally just said this talk during my before I got on here. I was doing my interview with King Greek, and I literally just said that whole segment.
That's why we twinning, baby. What? Like, seriously, that's the message of the week, though. So just remember that you don't deserve anything, no matter how hard you work at it, no matter how good you are, no matter how many followers or subscribers or members you have. That doesn't mean you deserve anything. You can work your ass off for something and it not come to fruition. Work at something different. Sorry, that's just life. I'm so sorry for you guys. But with all that said, anybody else got anything they want to say? Any message of the week for the people before we get up out of here?
You kind of lost me there at the beginning half. I'm not gonna lie. I was like, "Oh my god, dude, what you mean I don't deserve that?"
You don't deserve to live.
Plenty.
You're not entitled to it.
Look, you saved it. I was like, "Oh yeah, okay, yeah, that makes sense." You don't get nothing when you're entitled. I was talking about that on the stream the other day because I seen it while I was streaming. I seen it live. I was like, "Oh, y'all messy, y'all."
Bro, the messages I got after I shot off that tweet from about Sony.
I bet, dude. I bet, bro. Like, but you know what?
Talk about that.
Like, dude, I talk about Spider-Man a lot too. Did I get one of these from Insomniac? No, but I went and bought my shit because I wanted it. I'm not on Twitter crying, "Oh my god, Sony didn't send me a controller." Like, so, like,
you got money, buy it.
Like, and that ain't even a point though. Like, what would give me the right to be mad at somebody because they didn't give me something for free? Like, what? Make it make sense. I don't get it. But anyway, thank you guys for tuning in. Y'all could have been anywhere on the planet, but you were here rocking with the best. And all of us on the screen right now greatly appreciate you listening to us yapper about our own opinions. You can have yours and we can have ours and still get along. So with all that said, laissez le bon temps rouler, which means, anybody want to say it?
Let the good time roll.
Peace out, people.
What's shaking, people? It's your boy Doomkiller HD. Sit back and relax. You are now rocking with the best. Let's go. It's the weekly wrap up where we give you the news, break it down bite size so it's easier to consume, discussing the hottest game and start of what's coming soon. Is it real?